Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the live show with Musart. Today we have Saiqa Rehman. I hope I got it right. I always get my guest names wrong. You know, my memory is just so crap. Right. Her name is Saiqa Rehman. She is a DJ, a rapper, and a poet. I don't know how she manages all these statuses. Now let's find out how. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Hello. Thank you for having me.
Welcome to come to the live show with Musart. How do you feel? I've just been seeing your work, and it's very rare to see a Pakistani woman who's doing rapping. Like, what got you into this? And mashallah, you've written a novel, a poet book.
Yeah.
What brought you to this?
It's kind of like childhood dreams and overcoming my own fears and just wanting to live and try out things.
Right.
Just the adventure of wanting to live, really, and yeah.
Okay, so how long have you
been performing since about 2006.
Okay.
Yeah. I've done melee all over the country and just recently rapped in for a Pakistani film called Rehman. So I'm officially the first British Pakistani rapper to be released in Pakistan, which I feel is a great achievement.
No, it is. But something must have happened. Something must have just made you think, you know what, I need to push through and achieve my dreams. What was it?
It's just I left home when I was about 20, just before my 21st birthday, and decided that I want to do music, set up a studio, learn how to record, help my own confidence as a performer, help other people's confidence as a performer. I decided to set up an open mic night and stuff where people could just come down, perform, build up their confidence, meet like-minded musicians and progress in their dreams and stuff.
So before 21, would you like to talk a bit about that? What happened?
It's a typical arranged marriage thing.
Right.
Gave it all my all that I could give. I just felt as though it wasn't right for me. I felt really oppressed during the whole marriage. I went through so many difficulties, went through domestic violence. It just wasn't for me. I was 17 years old, going through going through all this stuff, and emotionally I couldn't deal with it. I went to my family, let them know this is what's going on. It was just obviously 15 years ago to get divorced wasn't the in thing, and it was just frowned upon. And I was just like, all right, it's not for me. I'm just gonna move out one day, guys. I said to everyone, I'm gonna move out on in February. I'm moving out, and they were like, yes, if you're gonna move out, where are you gonna go? And I was just like, well, I'm gonna go, I don't know where. I did have a job lined up and accommodation. I wasn't going to go through the hostel routine. I didn't want to put myself through that. I thought, I'm already emotionally damaged, and the last thing I want to do is get absorbed by other people's difficulties and struggles that they've gone through, and then just sit in that depression and stuff like that. I thought, if I'm going to break free from this, I need to break free and want to have some plans and move forward and live as though it's the life that I always wanted. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
But it must have been difficult doing everything all on your own, not having that support, just going out into the world independently. Because obviously we live in a Pakistani society where we're so brushed around with our parents and stuff like that. And then obviously for women, they as soon as they get married, they move to their husband's home, and then that's their responsibility from now. And with men, obviously they live with their parents as long as they can, and then they start to move out. So it's we've been in that haven.
Yeah.
So
and we do get brought up in so much cotton wool, and that is such a difficult thing to be brought up in such cotton wool life, and then you go out and then you realize that wow, people haven't all been brought up the same, and the morals, the traditions, the culture, just having love for people, being there for people, that selfless thing that's embedded in us as human beings, as Pakistanis, as Muslims. It's our Prophet's way to give, to love, to receive, and if you've got it, share it. So in my own way, even though I do music, I try to live of how our culture has taught us, but through music and being able to just be there for people and support them, which is such an important factor, because either way, whilst we're growing up, we're trying to search ourselves and look for our identity and our strengths, and we're trying to overcome our own weaknesses and things like that. So there is that constant struggle and fight, and it is about sussing it out. And our parents bringing us up in so much cotton wool, and then you realise that the world's not like that. It's a hurtful thing.
And not just that, and I think especially being in an Asian society, we're taught the world is so bad outside. you won't, and and it becomes embedded in your head that I
Yeah,
can't do anything on my own. you know
it
um I'm
does.
and the other cultures are bad cultures, and this is something I think that they're trying to protect us. I don't think it's
But it's about
intentional.
experiencing people because you
Yeah,
get your good and bad in every colour, caste,
exactly, but I'm
creed,
just
and
saying is
stuff. Yeah,
they don't let you explore, and I think they just want to they just want to protect you and say, look, just stay in our culture,
yeah.
don't talk
I
to
think the
anybody
most
because you might
important
be
thing.
influenced. So have you faced that now? They might be thinking, oh, she's gone out now, she's been so badly
Yeah,
influenced.
totally, totally. But you're going to be in certain environments.
Yeah,
As part of growing up, you got to try out things.
yes,
You're either going to like it or you're not. It's something for you or it's something that isn't. But it's a part of growing up, whether it's, I'm not encouraging drinking and this and that. But, if you're in that environment and it's around you, you're going to try it once. But it's something
yeah,
for you, it's not something for you and things like that.
you have to learn
But
your
you
own
have to, but you
way.
have to learn from your own
Yeah,
mistakes and you have to try out them things. And everything's about exploring yourself, whether it's a talent, whether it's something that you want to study. It's about yourself and discovering who you are, and you've got to try all them things out. I've done everything from like presenting to DJing to learning how to produce to going out performing to being a compere, but it's all a part of this self-discovery and thinking what you're good at, what your qualities are, what you're good at, and building up from there
I
and
agree.
stuff.
So what was the first thing that you went for? So that you started doing the miking
The open mic. So as when I first like moved into Leeds and stuff, I became a street promoter. So
right.
I did a lot of like the Asian events. So like people like RDB, Sahara, Jay Sean. These are the kind of gigs that like very early on in my career I got to be a part of and promote these artists on the club nights and stuff like
How
that.
did you feel about that?
I think it's a great achievement because like now you see
All of a
them
sudden,
people are
yeah.
so successful and it's like, oh, remember the first night?
So also, were they not as a
So
successful
this
then?
was like when this is like
So they were
15,
struggling themselves at the same
15
time.
years ago they all had their hits but they weren't world renowned as they are now and stuff, and I was like one of the first Asian girls on the streets promoting, which for me I think is a huge achievement because like the Indian girls had more freedom and they weren't street promoters. I was a Pakistani girl and I was a promoter. I used to say like, watch soon in the future, women are going to be the top promoters
Okay.
in the UK. And you go out in Leeds now, there's hundreds of female promoters,
Just trying.
and I remember I was like the first one on the street. Like I got a little award at home for being the best street
Oh, well
promoter and
done.
stuff like that
Yeah.
from my friends because it was just that like have no fear and talk to people,
Yeah.
and it was about self-confidence and growing and
So did you
developing
grow
that.
yourself? Did you ever seek help like getting a coach or anything because of your past traumas, or what did you just?
No, I didn't. I've been like kind of dealing with that now, and it's like a lot of people say, "Oh, go have some counseling." And I think like over the time, I've like you deal with things. As a young person, as a 17-year-old up to 21, I grieved and I was like, "Oh God, why me?" and all
Yeah.
that stuff like you do. But now that I'm 35 and
Yeah.
like I've rebuilt that friendship and that relationship with my family and my friends and things like that. I've found that as an elder person now grieving is been a total different thing because my understanding of the traumas went through and how it actually mentally has affected me. I suffer with post-traumatic stress really bad. I have panic attacks all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like one little thing will cue into something that happened, and like that's it. I've had a breakdown and I'm crying or whatever. But you have your ups and downs and your highs and your lows,
Yeah.
and it's like now I've become kind of so addicted to performing that if I don't perform, I'll have a come
Oh,
down.
that's good then. So you don't get on
do,
stage fright and
do
stuff
you
like
know
that.
what I
Obviously, you
mean?
don't
So
get
yeah,
stage fright anymore.
yeah, but
So
I'll have a
it's a
come
good
down.
distraction. And seeing
Yeah.
so many people cheering you on. So
Yeah, and it
yeah.
is. Yeah, and it's like a lot of the stuff I perform is it's not about just being a pop star. It's about real issues and things that people go through. One of my tracks is called Sherni, and it's like
Shirley,
it
okay,
is
which means
about
lioness, by everybody, if you don't know what that means.
and it is about overcoming like domestic violence and the oppression that you go through and like feeling alone and stuff like that, because in most cases when we're going through stuff you feel all alone, and it's like loneliness can be a killer, but then loneliness can be your best friend, and we
Yes.
have to seek that solitude in that loneliness. And that's what I found that, do you know what, like I've learned to become my own best friend. I've learned to trust myself. I feel as though we give so much trust to the outside world, but really we have to give that same amount of trust to ourselves, because we don't let people out there, we don't let them down.
Yeah,
So why would we even doubt ourselves, thinking that we would let ourselves down?
I agree.
And life is about just exploring and experimenting and trying and figuring things out. That's the adventure of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
wow. So what got you to, what was your first rapping that you did? Did you make your own, do you make your own raps
yeah,
as
so I
well?
write my own raps, and now I've learned how to produce. I've learned how to record myself. I've learned how to record
Are you doing
artists.
CDs and stuff, or are they on iTunes or?
So they will be available later on in this year on
Okay.
iTunes. But I've been just recording and sort of like trying out things because I've learned everything from scratch. So, and I don't just stick to one genre of music. So, you know, I've got a jazz track, I've got a reggae track, I've got a dub track, I've got a bhangra track, something for the pop market, something for the Asian market. Because music is universal, and so is our expression and our life experience and things like that. So, yeah.
So how is the audience picking up now? Obviously, are you quite known in Leeds then?
Yeah, I'm known in
Okay.
Yorkshire because I work as a DJ. I've been there, volunteered there for 10 years. So people know me through that. But then as a performer, you know, as I said to you earlier, one of my first gigs that I got to perform on was being a support act on the Imran Khan gig.
Oh, wow.
And that was his first gig in England. And that was like my first gig to an Asian audience, because before that, with me doing the open mic night, I was really a part of the Western scene. But I've thought, well, you know what, my music actually fits both genres. So this year I'm hoping to do like a lot more festivals that are covering both scopes of the market, not just one, because I'm expressing music, and I found that the Western market actually are in love with my Hindi and my hip hop rapping. Because they're loving they love the mystery of it, and they love the expression, even though they don't understand the language. They're like, whatever you're saying, we know you mean it. which is
So is it in Hindi or is it
yeah,
is
like
it in
yeah,
English? What
in
is it?
Hindi and in English.
Okay.
So
I've never had a Hindi rap, but
yeah.
actually I have, but I think they mix it up with this.
But again, I'm writing like from experience. I'm writing a lot of deep stuff. I'm not writing just about pop and having a laugh and a good time. Is, you know,
I think some raps can be quite abusive as well. And,
yeah.
And I think they sometimes give the wrong message. I think that's why parents might tell their children not to listen to rap because of what it pursues. And it's also, it's always about.
It's like recently I did my Dosti track to, it was a night in Manchester, and the Maniki and like Iffy Khan and Yasin Khan and all these guys were there, and I was like, oh my god, I'm well nervous because it's the first time I'm gonna perform this Dosti track to an Asian audience, and I didn't know how they were going to take it.
Okay, and how did it go?
It went amazing, because there was like a split second of silence and then like such a huge applause that I was like, oh my god.
Should we hear it?
Like they understood it and they embraced it and they loved it. So I'm more than happy to share it with you.
Share it. Please.
Okay. जवान थे हमें नहीं था को कदर तूने कहा अचल घर से निकल तेजी से तूने दी खबर कभी ना पूछ के इतबार है सजन गर्मी के मौसम में सूरज की धूप थी गर्मी थी खूब हुए तैयार गाड़ी में बैठ के हम हुए सवार लंदन को देखने लिए घर से निकले बाहर सफर के लिए तैयार तू जो है मेरे साथ नहीं को डर सफर शबासो इतबार इकरार और प्यार ये खूब समा दोस्त मिले हाथ है तुम्हारे ये साथ आसमानों से तारे बारिश जैसे गिरे अजमेर रुक के फिर कभी ना फिर के चले और इस दुनिया में आग जले तब भी तेरा साथ कभी ना छोड़ सकती रोशियां हो तो तुमको ढूंढ लूंगी इस अंधेरी दुनिया में दिल की बत्ती लगा दूंगी तुमको रास्ता दिखा दूंगी तू है हीरा और मैं हूँ मोती माफी मैं तुमसे कभी नहीं पूछना और कभी नहीं चाहती तू है मेरे हब में साथी हुई न कि गलती जैसे डाकू व चोर ऐसे है हम और ऐसे है तुम और ये दोस्ती तेरे जैसा है दोस्त वो कम मुझको प्यारी है ये दोस्ती हमें जैसे कागज पे ये कलम शायर और शायरी और ये हाथ का गलफ खुदा ने किया मुझ पे करम जब हम मिले ये दिल चले खुशी से हबीब तूने रंग दी मैं हूँ खुश नसीब तू मेरे संग भी जो कुछ चाहे तुम्हें पूछने की ज़रूरत ना आए क़यामत तक मैं तेरे साथ हूँ तेरा साया बन के तेरा एहसास हूँ तू मेरा नाम पुकार तो मैं तेरे पास हूँ तुझको नजर ना लग जाए तो मैं हदा बचाए और मेरे लिए कर्म कर जाए मैं ज़बान देती हूँ ये कसम खा से तुमको निभाती हूँ और जान देने के लिए तैयार कुर्बान हाजिर तू बता है मेरी दवा इस दुनिया के दूसरे पासे तू हो और तू मुझे चाहे तो पैदल मैं धरती पर कर लूंगी तेरे पास लेके तेरा साथ लेना तेरा हाथ देना तुम्हें साथ पे साथ लेना है ये इम्तिहान जब मैं गिर रही थी तुमने गिरने नहीं दिया जब मुश्किलें आई तू इन्हें दूर करता गया और मुझे खुद से बचाया और देखता गया तूने मुझ पे एहसान किया मेरी बात मेरी जान हमारी दोस्ती के बीच कोई भी और कुछ भी नहीं आ सकता तू है मुझे सच्चा, है नहीं कोई तेरे जैसा अच्छा, तेरा हाथ कभी ना छोड़ सकती, तेरे चेहरे को देखती रहूंगी तब भी तू ना होवे करीब, जब खुदा तुम्हें लेने आएगा तो मैं ना रोक सकती, तब भी ना छोड़ सकती, मुझको लगता है डर जब न हुएंगे अब, जब मेरी हार खुदा से होगी और तुम मेरा साथ छोड़ोगे, जब खुदा तुम्हें ले जाएंगे तो मैं रब से नाराज होंगी, मैं रोऊंगी बहुत लेकिन तेरा साथ कभी ना छोड़ूंगी, सोचू ने तोड़ दिया तू है हवा और मैं हूँ सांस, तेरे बिना नहीं जी सकती, तेरे सिवा नहीं जी सकती, तूने दिया मुझे मकसद, दिखाया मुझे नक्शा, रुके थोड़ी देर के लिए याद कराया मुझे रास्ता, अब मैंने किया दस्तखत, हाँ हमारे जैसा कोई भी नहीं इस दुनिया में,
Wow.
हमारे जैसा कोई भी नहीं इस दुनिया
Wow,
में.
wow, that was awesome. I wish I had an audience here to stand up and sing. but wow, it's quite a deep vibe,
Yeah,
because it's talking
definitely.
about friendship. It's talking about I'm always gonna be with you, but sometimes I can't, you know.
Love, trial,
Yeah,
tribulations.
So you wrote this all by yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it took me about 3 days to write, but it was my first Hindi rap that I
Wow.
wrote. And like, I wanted to write it because I found that, you know, during this time when I started writing it, in between my granddad passed away as well. And it was that time of him passing away, and I just thought, like, he was my biggest hero, my granddad, God rest his soul. And he was the greatest person to ever live. His aura used to shine on us all. And like, I didn't want to feel sad when he was going to pass away either, and I wanted to find that strength in it, in his death as well.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm going to write this. I was writing it at the time anyway, then he was passing away, and I thought, you know what, the last little bit, I do want to devote it to my granddad, because he is going to go regardless of anything. Life is guaranteed, death is guaranteed. We have so much great friends in our life, and we never like actually say to our friends that, do you know what, I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
I'm really thankful for you. You was actually my shoulder. You were my strength. You were my backbone. Do you know what I mean? And it's really important whether our friends are alive or passed away. We share that with them, because without them people, we wouldn't be where we are today. And I've had like some of my greatest friends in teachers in music are my greatest friends in life. You know, and without them, I wouldn't be where I am. Whether it's someone going, oh, do you know what? You need to buy this for your studio, or you need to buy that for your studio. How about you try this, and how about you try that? The mates are always going to be there for you, and we have to be thankful for the people.
So you seem like you've got a nice circle of friends that have supported you on your journey, and
great friends, great teachers,
to reach where you are today. So obviously,
recently I played a few of my songs to like one of my first teachers, the first person who ever recorded me, and my friend Raj Silverfinger, he just got really emotional. He was like, oh my God, I can't believe that you're making songs like this.
Yeah.
He was like, I can remember the first time I recorded you. And
so do you do other singing as well, apart from just rapping?
Like I'm more of a rapper and a writer and a producer. You know, every so often when I'm writing my ideas, I'll record the singing idea. I'll ask people who are professional singers to come in and add to it.
So how did you get into the new movie that's coming on, the Pakistani movie? How did you manage to make
that? Came out through a recommendation through Media, which is a company in Manchester. Marcus Nasser, he runs that. He recommended me for that particular rap, and I was happy to try it out at the time. I was like, yeah, that's fine, I'll send you some vocals back. And then they got back to me and they were like, oh, is it possible you could add some more lyrics to it? I was like overwhelmed with that opportunity. And you know, I'm a featuring rapper on this song, and they've just recently released it in Pakistan and America.
Wow.
They had a premiere on in August, which was like a huge success. It's not come out officially in the UK yet. I can't wait for when that happens, because like,
so how does it feel to see your work being on screen now?
It's like surreal.
Oh, really?
It is like so surreal. It's like I can actually get excited about it now, because it's out there in the universe, and you know, all these people in America have heard me, in Pakistan, and my single isn't available to buy out there yet, so it's a great way for me to launch my career.
15 years to build this career.
Yeah.
So there must have been some times when you picked yourself up and you kept going. Is there any part of that in your journey that you would, you know?
I think it's ups and downs, but it's like there's more ups, but it's really weird because obviously I've come away from my family.
Yeah.
You know, I've had I have had £1 million record deal. I've had £2 million record deals offered very early on in my career. But you know, I didn't take them because of my journey of me leaving home, and obviously all these people want to
Make you use
like,
you.
yeah, and it's like, oh wow, you know, it's, you know, I know that I've overcome a lot, but at the same time, I don't want it to be my past that people are selling me on. I think my future journey is all the things that I've learned. I've made me, not my past. Do you know what I mean? That was just for me to get here. That God had planned that for me, and either way, He's still planned my dreams and my journey. So I want to start my future life. I don't want to kind of divulge in the past and the things that have hurt me, and I don't think they've defined me, because I was so young when I went through what I went through. Even though I still grieve over things I went through,
which is natural.
it's just like, it's not who I am. And they wanted to sell like the fact that, you know, I had an arranged marriage, and I combated domestic violence, and I'm living on my own. And I was like, I don't, you know, because my family wasn't speaking to me. I was like, I don't want people to think ill of my family. At the end of the day, their hands were tied because of culture. I don't blame anyone for anything, because it's how it's whatever's meant to be, you know, and stuff. So, but it has its highs, it has its lows. I've stayed focused. I've kept to the radio, and now that, like, I have got my family's approval in what I'm doing, and obviously I want their blessings. That's the most important thing to me. I wouldn't want it to be that, you know, I'm out there and my mum and dad are unhappy and people are saying the wrong things about me because they don't know me and they're passing judgment. You know, that's a really, really important fact to me. So I've just thought, well, I'm not really bothered about the fame. The power is in the knowledge. Once you know what you know, no one can take that away from you. And, you know, I work with so many people in the industry that they know what I'm about. You know, they know I'm a performer. They know I do live sound. They know I produce. They know I rap. And it's like, I know out there isn't another Pakistani lady like me, because I've devoted myself to this music game for 15 years now, from promoting to where I am. So I'm not in it for a quick fix or the fame. It's actually about, it's my life and it's my lifestyle. Do you know what I mean?
But it's great to be living your passion. So you also like to write. So you've written poems. Are these also meaningful poems like your rap, as you just did? Are they like, are you expressing yourself on pieces? So
in the Lyrically Justified book, it's the peace track that's been published in there, and the track that I've called Lyrically Justified, it's just a short little rap in there. The peace track is like, it's a kind of an identity song for myself, and about the message of what is going on in the world. You know, where is the compassion? Where is the love? We're human beings. That's the only thing that we've got as people. You know, if we can't share that and give what we've got to the world, then what is the point of us being here? Do you know what I mean? We have to make other people's, like, lighten people's burden along the way. Do you know that God has given you the ability and the power to do that? Do it. Because He's only given it to you to share.
And everybody's got their own talent that they...
That's it. And it's like, and here is the peace song. So we got to perform. I got to teach these young children how to write poetry and rap. So we did this to a live audience as well in the Carriage Works in Leeds with Star UK. So it goes like, when I look inside myself, I feel the peace. When I look around me, I see chaos on the streets. Souls are lost, people forget to breathe. Minds occupied with no time to dream. If I could make a difference, I use a figure of speech. Stand alone with no fear to speak. What's on my mind, speaking a rhythmic beat. Write it crystal clear, spell out P-E-A-C-E. P-E-A-C-E, let me hear you now, P-E-A-C-E.
So you wrote that with the school, with the kids?
And then it goes like, peace is at hand, closed in your hands, reach within the peace that would be in your hand, an emotion of stillness, breathing so shallow, we raise up peace, casting over all shadows. If I could give everyone peace of mind, give you hope and faith, would you break it as bread? If compassion was felt, would we see blood shed? Would we stand around watching the dead? What's this world become? I hate this place, I feel disgraced, how society is ignorant with its ways. I'd break the chain in the roles being played, untie the blindfold in the game and take the stakes. Die as innocent as my first day. There's no blood on my hands, no premeditated plan. Had enough of the clans that take from the land. Man destroyed the lands, we need to fix up and give a helping hand. P-E-A-C-E, let me hear you now, P-E-A-C-E. Peace is at hand, closed in your hands. Reach within the peace that would be in your hand. An emotional stillness, breathing so shallow. We raise a peace, casting over all shadows. Now if every time the tide would it bring the peace, rippling waves across oceans and seas, ships full of essentials and necessities, cracking down poverty, no homeless on the streets, no third world poverty. We're all one, can't you see? Has the world gone crazy, or is it just me? Am I too sensitive, or am I climbing up the wrong tree? Born in the wrong era, I hear a soul scream. If love has been found, peace is the crown, wearing it proud with no judgment that clouds the feeling in my heart, spelling P-E-A-C-E out loud, P-E-A-C-E,
Well
peace.
done, well done. So, I can see you're very passionate about your rapping.
Thank you.
When she starts, can't stop her. So, what is it that? So, how does it feel like when you're doing something that you truly, truly love? And like you said, it feels surreal, but you know,
It's so fulfilling.
yeah.
It's so fulfilling. It gives you a reason to want to live. You know, like I would say to anyone out there, live your dreams, work towards them. You know, like it took me 10 years, over 10 years to build up my
Yeah, of
recording
course it does,
studio.
yeah.
Whether it, you know, Rome wasn't, like they say,
Yeah,
Rome
of
wasn't built
course.
in a day, and you have to keep at it and you have to stay focused. And like I've had people going, "You're crazy, why are you buying that? You don't even need that." And I'm like, it's all a part of the plan. I do need it. It's all a part of my journey. As and when you got the means to do something, do it. You
Wow.
know.
So, what advice would you give to anyone who's saying they want to go in the same field as you or started up how you started? Is there anything that you could say that would help them to say have a shortcut and say, look, or any advice that you would give when it comes?
I'd say if you want to sing, if you want to write, do it. Put pen to page, start writing, practice as much as you can. Go out there, meet people, network, because everyone knows someone. The more performances you do, the better you will get. You know, you'll get over stage fright. It'll build your self-confidence and all that stuff, and just live the dream.
You must have been inspired by someone before you started.
You know, I'm so lucky that I've had my big brother and Baba Sajid. He always encouraged everything, whether it's performing, whether it's building up the studio. He's always encouraged that. He's like, you know, Saiqa, just do it. You know, you're living on your own. You've got one chance to make your life right,
Yeah.
and just do it, whatever it is. And when we first started the first open mic night, it did start with Baba Sajid's blessings and stuff, because me and my friend, this is when we were promoting the Bhangra nights, and he was like, do you know what, you and your mate need to do something. And that's when we started the open mic, all genres, because that was the missing niche in our market. And even 10 years on, when I go into town and people are like, oh, you know, like this open mic night really helped me. The people who used to come religiously,
people, yeah.
and it was about building your own performance confidence. And some of those people are so successful. They're going around the world performing,
Really?
and it's so like overwhelming to be a part of their journey.
Yeah.
And knowing that you've been a part of not just your own dream but other people's dream, because everyone's dreaming of the same thing. It's like my dream isn't over yet. I mean, I want to be able to take the 500 artists that I know on a tour where we are all headlining festivals, and because we're all different genres of music, but everyone's dream is the same. And that's what I'd like to be doing the next couple of years, is like not only helping myself with music but helping other people as well. Because either way, I know, like your friend said, if success is in your mind, you will be successful. And it is about getting other things under your belt. I've coordinated festival main stages and stuff like that. People have trusted me with that, and like I'll just carry on developing these different skills where I know that, okay, tomorrow hopefully I'll be able to go to Glastonbury or Creamfields and say, hi there, we'd like to bring some artists to you. Can we have a stage, please?
Oh, wow.
You know, and that is one of my
It'll be giving them a nice push
dreams.
into the right direction.
Yeah.
So, are you still doing open mic night, or have you?
So now I just coordinate the festivals with that, and like with the book and like other opportunities. Because
when did you publish? When did you publish?
So the book was published in January this year,
Right.
and now we've got the second volume coming out in the next few months as well. It's available on Amazon and it's been published through Arcbound.
So, what's your most favorite? Would you go? Do you like the rapping the most? I'm gonna put her in a. I'm gonna put her in.
Yeah, on the spot. I love DJing live.
Rapping or writing. What is your favorite?
DJing and rapping equal.
Okay. Not really, because DJs are like sorting music out.
Because within my DJing, I have added like a production element to it, and like I see DJing to be as creative, as well as producing. I love them both because I know, like, from doing the DJing, I see women being so happy. I feel as though I'm giving the Asian ladies something. I feel as though I'm empowering them. I feel as though I'm giving them a night out. I feel as though they're going to go home and forget, they're going to know that they had a good time, and they're going to forget about the situations and the life and kind of things. I've had husbands ringing me up the next day going, "What have you done to our wives? They're not even doing our housework today. They're complaining that their legs are hurting them, from dancing so much." So I like really get job satisfaction out of what I'm doing. Recently, I performed for the mayor of Bradford and stuff, and all the ladies that were in his private party, I performed the Shani track to him, and I saw him a couple of weeks later, and they all come running up to me, and they were like, "Oh my God, you got to do the Shani track. We want to film you." And I'm like, "Okay, hopefully I will do." Once I spoke to the DJ, and I really feel as though I'm giving them something, and that they're not alone in all of this, because when we're going through difficult times, we feel alone, and that's what I don't want people to feel, and stuff. I want them to feel that they are loved, and that there are people that they can turn to, because I found that
so
music,
you choose DJ rapping more than writing.
Yeah, but it's like once I've learned my raps, because I got to learn my raps. So the writing goes hand in hand with the rapping, because once I've learned it, I'm going out there.
So how long does it normally take you to write a rap? How long do you normally?
The Dosti one took me like 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah,
constant 3
days? But the peace one took me like 5 minutes.
Oh wow.
And like the peace one, I've not changed it from how I've wrote it. It's like, I always see it as like a message from the universe.
No, it's a beautiful message about having peace in the world, because that is the problem nowadays.
Yeah, and especially with like this day and age, with everything that we're living in, I really feel sorry for the younger generation and stuff, because it's like, we shouldn't have to fight for who we are. Back then we got bullied in the playground. Nowadays you're going home and you're still getting bullied on the social media if that's what you're going through.
It's true.
You can't get away from it. Yeah, and that was really upsetting when that young boy recently in Bradford as well, from getting bullied, and it's just so sad and heartbreaking, and we shouldn't be living with that, because everyone is an individual and everyone has got their uniqueness, and it's up to us to figure out that uniqueness, even if people are going to try to break that and take it away from us along the way. And that's the really helpful thing, because I see myself as a person who's going to always encourage people. So it's like, yo man, give me some encouragement too. Because it's like there's enough difficulties going on, so it's like sometimes you just need love and encouragement, and that will go 1,000 miles. And so I was saying to some of my friends recently, because I have been grieving as an adult with everything that I've been going through, and it's like I go home and I'm by myself. I haven't got a network of 30 people to go, "Oh, well done, love." Do you know what I mean? And that makes it really difficult, because sometimes you can be your own worst enemy in your head.
Yes, true.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, let's say if you're having a down day, it's like bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
You're terrible. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Just get it up. And do you know what I mean? But, I had a hernia in my back a few years ago, and I couldn't actually physically go out and promote. And because I couldn't sleep, I couldn't stand, I couldn't clean. The doctor was telling me that I'm crazy. And I was like, "Mate, I got a lump in my back. I can't stand up." And he was like, "It's not the lump that's causing you problems," and stuff. So when I was on the operating theatre, they sedated me for longer, and he apologized to me. He was like, "Oh, by the way, you had a hernia where your lump was. I apologize." I was like, "Mate, you called me crazy. You actually made me think that I had a psychological problem." But he apologized to me, which is fine. But at that point, I couldn't physically do what I love, which was going out promoting, and it killed my soul. Wow. It really, really killed my soul, and I felt constantly depressed because I wasn't going out there flying, promoting. I wasn't physically able to be part of the event, and it was just like mental torture. And as soon as I had got the hernia repaired and the lump removed, it was just like, stand again, and I can sit again, I can lie down, I can sleep. And so it's like now, since my operation, I've been back on it, and I've passed my driving now. I couldn't just do normal little things because of the pressure on my back. I couldn't sit in this position or anything. So at that point, I was just like, oh my God, my life is over. You know, because I couldn't do what I loved.
So what would you say? Now I had a question. I've lost trail of thought because it's so as you said before, there have been ups and downs in your life and stuff like that. So you know, how do you, you know, like you said, you can be your worst enemy. So it must be something that helps you to pick you up again. What do you normally do to help yourself pick yourself up again? Don't you ever say to yourself, no, don't be silly.
I put a song on and have a dance.
Really?
I'll just have a party at home by myself all the time. I'll be like, all right, let's play some tunes and have a little boogie, and it'll soon like perk me up again. And then sometimes I'll just turn the computer on and I'll think, wow, I made that song. That is pretty cool.
Okay.
Wow. And it's like, and
you remind yourself.
Yeah, and it's like I'll see Baba, and I remember the day that I couldn't record myself, and then I think, wow, I can record myself. I can record other artists. I know how to put a beat together, and you know, so now that
you start reminding yourself,
of how much I have learned, because when I started, I was a street promoter. From all the things I've learned, I have, alhamdulillah, come a really long way, and I'm really grateful for it now. Because and you have to appreciate where you are and know that you're always going to grow. And if them things that you're not happy with, I can go out on there and change them. I don't want to get plastic surgery or anything like that, you know. But any little thing, all right, I would like to have a degree in music production and stuff. That is one thing that, like, in the next next 5 years, I'll work towards that. Your aim now. You know, and but when I've spoke to the unis, they're like, oh well, you're already kind of doing it, and your stuff is already sounding as good. So like,
no point.
You know, so it's like, but I still really want that piece of paper to say that I can do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, life is about exploring.
Okay.
And I think I don't want to get sick of learning, do you know? And the things that I don't want to know,
so I just keep always doing something.
Yeah, the things that I know, there's a few things more that I need to learn this year, and I'm just going to carry on learning and learning.
Okay.
And like one day I would like to be recording female artists, and that's one of the things I'd like to do, is record female artists and encourage them, and know that there is a female producer that is willing to record them and see where the journey goes. You know, and that's the most important thing, because I feel as though the Asian industry is such a male dominated industry, and they need to encourage more women and be there to support them.
Yes.
Because like, unless we encourage them, no one else, it's just going to carry on being male dominated.
Yeah.
You look at the poster, you know, oh, there's like 10 men on there, where are the women?
Yeah, it's true.
You know, whereas this year I've noticed there are a lot more women that are coming up on the scene, and it's so important that we encourage them and support them. You know, everyone wants a singer, but it's like, oh, it's a rapper. But are you listening? Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to sit there and be oppressed and stuff. I'm going to fight for what I believe and what I feel as though I want to be a voice for other women as well, and you know, give them strength in who they are, and know that they can figure life out. And like, we have to try. Yeah, you have to try.
Wow, well, you see, Saiqa can just talk forever. It's okay. But anyway, I'd like to quickly wrap up now. Where is this book available from?
It's available on Amazon.
Right.
It's been published through Artbound. So if they just go on Amazon and put in Lyrically Justified, it should come up.
Okay. And before we go, I would like you to look at the audience and let them know any, like, one piece of advice that you've used that's helped you throughout your life that they could start applying today.
Never fear nothing. And whatever's in your heart, listen to your heart, listen to your spirit, and go out there and do it. We've only got one life, and it's for living, and do whatever makes you happy, peaceful and content.
Oh, thank you for the lovely message.
Thank you.
As much as we've enjoyed having Saiqa Rehman, I hope you enjoyed the interview and seeing this empowered woman who is a rapper, who is a DJ, and who's also a writer. Like she said, don't be fearful. Go out there and just go and do something. Like, go and pick yourself up and start being productive, because that's the only way that you move towards your dream. Until next time, the live show with Musart.